Okay, I'm here. I got the airport schedules in. I did switch the time. I haven't switched the weather yet, but we'll be up 30,000 feet. I guess we're on opposite sides of the runway, but that's all right. We'll be at 30,000 feet, cruising altitude. Yes, what are you dinging at me for? We got master cautions. I haven't flown this in a while, so just give me just a second. I want heading, I want altitude. Gonna go up to 30,000, 35,000. Yeah, I know where brakes are on. That's probably why it's dinging. Always gets mad at me on that. I should have done a cold start too, but that's too much work. I just gotta remember where my parking brake is on this beast. Should be right there. I should stop dinging. I haven't flown this in a while. And it looks like Lewis Hamilton's plane almost. This is a Textron, but it's a citation model. Well, it is longitude. So his is all red. You know, my eyes are getting so bad with getting old. I have to zoom in on the PFD to see what it's saying. My engines are running. Flaps are at one notch of flaps. I'm ready to take off whenever you are, and I got a wicked tailwind. I got to come to the other end of the runway, don't I? Probably be a good idea. I'm gonna. Nah, I got enough plane to get in the air. You want a tailwind? No, how much is my tailwind right now? 4 knots. I can get airborne with a 4-knot tailwind with this beast. Yeah, whenever you're ready, punch it. I'll meet you in the air. No, we'll team up once we're in the air. I haven't set. You let me know what altitude and speed you want to plan on, and I'll match up with you there. Rotate. Anytime you want to rotate, girl. There we go. Gear up. Flaps up. We're gonna turn the autopilot on. Where are you? Where's my master? Well, come on now. There. Just turn on that way in nav mode. There's the autopilot master. We want our vertical speed at about 1,500 feet a minute. Oh yeah, I can go. I think go like 45,000. It's crazy. 31? Yeah, we can take 31. Not a problem. Oh, I gotta watch my speed though. Yeah, I know I'm over speed. I'll get out of it in a minute. I am in nav mode, right? Yeah. Where's my nav map? Oh, it's just taking its time coming around. That's all. I'll see you in just a second here, I'm sure. Then I can play with the throttles to catch up to you. Oh, I see you're in the air. I'm swinging around on you. watch my speed till I'm up in the air. So one thing, this thing's got some great legs, but it goes over speed really quickly if you're not paying attention to it. What's our cruise altitude? If you'll give me your, actually your TAS once we're at altitude, I'll try to match it. That would hang together most of the way. Helicopter. Not sure if that's picking up on the mic. That's a real one. That's usually really quiet here. We've got a helicopter and a truck. Yep, the overspeed's creeping up. Almost above this weather. Looks like the clouds are getting lighter. Now they say that it gets dark as hell. Watch the overspeed. This thing's got monster engines, so it overspeeds so easily. Oh, we'll get in closer together. The autopilot will pick us. We'll start getting closer once we get leveled out. $266 now. Yeah, once we get up to cruise altitude, that's when we can match speeds better. Then we're not wasting energy climbing. I really should turn off all those silly little dots. I had them off for a long time and then turned them on for something and never got back around to turning them off. Come on, clouds, I want to see what's down there on the ground. I guess I'm only climbing 1100. I thought I was at 1500. It is. Oh, why is it climbing so slow? Am I icing? I'm icing. Oh, we better figure out where I'm getting heavy. Where is my anti-icing on this thing? I need all my bleed airs. Where's my anti-icing? That's why this bird's getting heavy. That's my lights. I don't need my lights. Where the heck is my de-icing on this bird? Yeah, the breaker panel didn't work. Yeah, I'm stalling, I know it. The bird weighs 1.5 tons right now. More than it should. Where's my anti-ice? That's electrical. Anybody happen to know where the de-icing is on this? There it is. On. Don't you ding at me. The bird was getting heavy. Almost fell out of the sky there. I don't have a windshield de-ice? Seriously? Nope, guess not. Oh, we saved it. We didn't crash. I can't find my yoke. There it is. Well, that was exciting. What I got a master caution for now? I know the inertial separator's on. I guess I don't need them on. Now that I'm up out of the ice. Still gonna keep it on the body though. Let's see where you're at. You're not far away. You're a bit higher than I am because I almost sunk like a stone. By not paying attention. How cold is it out there anyways? 21 below Celsius, yeah, 22. Yeah, it's no wonder I iced up. Okay, we don't need that on. Once we get the cruise out too, we'll try to match speed a little better. It just looks like the MX-5 parking brake lever. Yes, it does. Alright, took me a minute to read that one. Yeah, my little MX-5. Fun little car that I'm actually considering selling. It's fun, it's a blast, but getting a little old, be getting in and out of it. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm really hoping to get my hands on a buddy of mine's got a same era, except for late 90s, Saab 900 non-turbo but convertible in absolutely excellent shape. Just needs an electric motor for the one side release on the top. But other than that, it's in phenomenal shape. I've kind of got my eye on that. So I'm retiring my Jeep for the winter time, and a new Jeep right now is way out of my price range. Even a new, reasonably good shape Jeep right now is selling for almost as much as a new one. That's more than I want to spend right now on a winter vehicle. I'm not too far behind you. I'll catch up. Just gotta watch the overspeed. There you are. Hey, if anybody wants to fly along, we're going from Oslo to London Heathrow on the USA West server. Be flying at 31,000 feet. We get the speed around 260, 270. Should just be about a little over an hour flight. I sound like this is your captain speed. Today we'll be flying at. Get my old radio voice on. Ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be flying at 31,000 feet at Mach 0.8. Okay, just pretend you didn't hear the old radio voice. I haven't used it in like 30 years. Next week, if anybody's watching and you want to fly along, Tuesday there's Discord. I think there's a link in the description. If not, I should put one up somewhere. Tuesday next week is the Tuesday TBM. Wednesday is Warbird Wednesday because I'm racing Thursday. At the track Thursday, not racing Thursday, but at the racetrack Thursday. Tomorrow night we're flying PC-21s in China. We're going to fly up over the dam, which unfortunately isn't rendered yet, but we're going to follow that river up through the canyons and the mountains along the Yangtze River. Yangtze? I think I said that right. And that's tomorrow's flight. And what's happening after that? I don't have a clue. There we go. We're almost leveled out here. When we level out, you just want to call off your airspeed and I'll slow down so you can match it. Once you reach your desired altitude. I suck at the big jumbo jets. I can't land them at all. I can't even get them started. I've tried to dry start them, doing all the steps, even with the checklist. I'm just terrible. I'm just no good at those. I want to throw some magnetos on, turn the battery on, turn the fuel on, hit a switch, and fly. They don't do much of these high altitude flights with the jets. I fly mostly down on the ground, except for the TBM flights on Tuesdays. I usually take the last 50 miles or so. Yeah, it does that, and it's crazy what it'll show, what it won't. Like, I've had it not show airplanes I have, airplanes I know I have, and the other person will be in it and it won't show it. It won't show the same livery that they have. And it's just so random. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And what really drives me nuts is they'll be flying like an F-35, and instead of showing the skin of an F-18, it shows a 737. Oh yeah. Hey Zenon, how's it going, bud? Hope you are well today. This is just a kind of a pop-up stream. I did a live feed of first flight in the Spitfire. It went okay once I was in the air. Not so much on the ground. You missed that, thankfully. And one of the people was flying along, wanted to go for a flight, so we jumped in. We're flying from Oslo to London. Overspeed. Oops, I'm going too fast again. Overspeed. This bird likes to go overspeed. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Overspeed.
working on it.
Overspeed.
Hush now. He took an AN 225 Marriott. My friend's live. I see myself as an A380. Yeah, it does some strange what it shows. Even if you have that aircraft, sometimes it doesn't show it properly. And the ones that really get me is when it uses a tricycle gear and somebody's flying a tail dragger and it shows you dragging, literally dragging the tail of a tricycle gear. Ooh, a crash C drive? That bites. But I'm glad it's good now. It's good news that it's working back into working order. The only problem with C drive is unless you have it completely backed up, what a job it is to put everything back the way it was. Alright, I'm going to slow this beast down a bit. I think I'm seriously outrunning you. 2 days putting everything back, yep. It's terrible. So I have my C drive backed up, but I don't have my flight sim drive backed up. I figure if it crashes, it's going to take just as long to reinstall everything from the backup as it will be to just download everything again. Ooh, yeah, all right. I'll go check out the fire. Hope everything's okay. I'll just be cruising along here, heading for London. These nice puffy clouds that iced me up. Thigh snapper. I love some of the names people come up with on here. So 266. I'll stay somewhere around there. 260, 270. Got plenty of fuel. All right, who else thinks as soon as you think of Oslo, Norway, you think of fjords, and your brain automatically goes to Slotty Barkfast, who made the fjords in Hitchhiker's Guide. Yeah, if I'm doing a long haul, I don't want the big jets. I love the Longitude. It's stable. It's easy. It doesn't have a million buttons. It lands easy. It lands just like the TBM. It's so easy to fly. And you can go to like 45,000 feet and just absolutely push it through all the way up to like Mach 0.8. Did you see where they took their new one supersonic, even though it's not a supersonic aircraft? During testing, just as they knew it could do it, so they, even though it's not certified for supersonic and won't be, but they pushed it. But they actually pushed it full supersonic. That was wild. You know what? I like to say it, but it flies like a Cessna. Textron Aviation, the parent company of Bell Helicopter as well. And they used to be the parent company of Learjet, but they produced the last jet a couple of weeks ago. They're no longer making Learjets. It was kind of silly making their own competition. Oh wow, there's blue lights in the foggy weather. Shows that in some like explosive fire. Oh, that's. I hope everything's good, safe. Somebody's obviously not having a good day, but I hope you're safe. These flights are a tad boring. You know, yeah, I'm not a fan of the. Once in a while I like doing them because I don't have much else to do today, anyways. Talk about the football to the co-pilot. Well, I guess, oh, good news. I went to the dentist today and I'm not losing all my teeth. Bad news is I do have to have a couple of them yanked 2 days before I go to the racetrack on next Tuesday. So I'm not sure how good my next Tuesday stream will be. I'll be recovering from the anesthesia. So it might be a funny stream. It might be an absolutely riot stream if I'm up to doing it. They're only going to pull 2 teeth and then they're going to take and get new partial choppers. My last partial the dog ate, of all things. Wants to know what football, Mr. Brett Pound. The real football or the American football or the Australian football? There's too many footballs. Globally neutral. Just say the football that covers them all. Tell you a little story about hockey. I grew up watching World Cup hockey because I lived in a town where we had the Olympics twice. And I love hockey. I love World Cup hockey. Then one day, buddy says, hey, I got tickets to a game in Montreal. You want to go? NHL game. Like, sure, I'll go. I was not prepared to be bored out of my skull because every 7 or 8 minutes, the little blue light comes on, everybody skates to the side, takes a 3 or 4 minute break while they have commercials, and then they all go back out and play again. It's like, what? I was so used to World Cup hockey where they skate for probably the entire 20 minutes. Yep. Up at the Bell Center back on the Montreal Canadiens. But oh, it was boring as hell. I was just not prepared for the whole commercial break thing. It's like, well, that was worthless. I don't want to go watch that. Give me a World Cup game or college game. It's just amazing how much of the game they take breaks. You know, they stop every 7 to 8 minutes. And even the goalies skate over to the bench. It's like everybody skates over to the bench, and they have a break. And then they all go back out, and then they play for 7, 8 minutes. Then they go back to the bench. It's like, what the hell is this? The rink's too small. At least in the U.S. The NHL rink in the U.S. is smaller than a World Cup rink. Uh-oh, looks like we're heading out over the water. If we have an issue, better land now. Yeah, it's crazy how long it takes for 40 minutes to play. It's like 3 20 minutes period. No, it's 3 20 minute, 3 20 minute periods. It's three, yeah, 3 20 minute periods. So it's actually 60 minutes to play. The clock time. But still, it's nuts. Yeah, I know. I could try like hell, but I don't think I'd make it. Especially, I don't have the reversers hooked up on this. I had a mix up my reversers the other day, so I have them all shut off again. Is he behind me, or did I outrun him? Or did he log out completely? My Echo, where did you go? Did I go too fast? Or did you have to log out for that fire to go check it out? Oh, no, there you are. I'm not outrunning you. I'm just off to the side. I just wasn't looking in the right spot. Where are we? Where is that? Oh, okay. So hopefully this fall I'm flying into London and then flying down to somewhere down here. Somewhere, where the hell? No, wait. Where is that? Where the hell is Portugal? Down here. Down here, Portimao racetrack. Right in here. Oh, you know what? I've learned that drives me bonkers. Two different planes will have two different barometric pressure levels. And two of the same planes can sometimes have a different barrel level too. And it depends if you have one has live weather and the other one doesn't. I don't even try anymore. I do want to practice formation flying at some point if anybody's ever interested in that. I don't think I'd stream that. That'll be because I want to be in VR because it's so much easier to tuck in close when you can actually see the other plane in full distance dimensions. Scream over the water. It would be nice to have one of these at your disposal. Just think of all the places you'd go. Yeah, you gotta. So that's part of the trick is to stay. One streamer hates people flying close to him. Oh, cool. We should like. I'll go over to his channel and next time he's flying, and I'll get in as close as we can. Did I say that? No, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, I would. Just because. Has Icarus has Icarus trolled him yet? If he hasn't, you got to give Icarus. You got to PM Icarus the name so, and when he streams, so Icarus can troll him. And we got to find somebody who's good at making liveries so they can make a Icarus troll livery. This is pretty out here. Sometimes it is pretty to go above the clouds and just hang out. What is my dog doing? What are you doing? Huh? Are you itchy? Sorry, dog interruption. Fat little dog interruption. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just kind of go into be right back mode because I'm gonna go grab myself a coffee. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I was ready to do. Oh, jeez. Disturbed the live weather, put my plane in a spin. I had enough trouble with spins in the last couple of days. You know, I haven't tried to spin this one yet. I should stall it and try a spin. Try to recover it. Maybe we get the TOD out. Pull the throttles, chop the throttles, and see if I can't get a stall at this altitude. Yeah, 50% recovery. Well, actually, 75% recovery is not bad because I recovered 2 today, I recovered one yesterday and only nosed it into the ground once yesterday. So I got a 75% recovery rate. I actually think the second time I forgot to put the rudder in. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm sticking to the fact that I forgot to put full right rudder in. Yeah, go past the TOD and just throw it into a stall and see if how long it takes to recover with it. If I get a wingtip stall on this thing and into a spin. I'm going to do that. Yep, that's going to happen. Oh, Monday or Tuesday, I was doing the flight plan for next Tuesday for the TBMs, and it comes out, it's like MSA is over 10,000 feet. I was like, holy crap. I kept turning it up. I'm still red line. Turn it up, still red line. Turn it up, still red line. Like, holy crap. Like 10,500 to clear that ridge. I can't do regular old boring flights all the time. I watch Shane's flights, but I don't ever fly along unless he's doing the bush flights. And then they're usually, I have to go in the morning. I'm usually busy in the mornings. But when he flies the tubes, I just don't bother. Same with Jacko. Love flying along with him, but when they fly the big tubes, sometimes I'll jump in one of these, but I just, I should pull a Icarus and grab a fighter jet, make it unlimited fuel, and just go for it. Yeah, I've got to do more of the I know the low and fast is fun, but I can't get over how popular the bush flying was. And we had a lot of people flying along, and that got like 150 views, something like that. Crazy. I mean, like crazy number of views. Which now that I bought the Kit Fox, I'll do a few more. But I like the low and fast as well. I love screaming down the valleys. Now I just got to make a flight plan for next Warplane Wednesdays. With the, seeing I got the Spitfire, we're gonna have to be in England somewhere. At some point, we're gonna have to fly up the Thames and under bridges, things like that. I'll work the flight plan out. Icarus is like a bad influence on me. I'll be down there like flying along. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Look at this. I'm down the valley. I'm doing great. And he comes through underneath me and faster. And you're like, damn it. you think you're doing a great job. And he comes screaming underneath you even faster and lower than you. And you're like, damn it. The old man just kicked my ass. Made me look bad. I still say my favorite flight. It's a great plane to fly, but what a bugger it is to take off. Holy crap, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Yeah, flying it's good. And I might take the clip wing too, because I'll fly the clip wing later tomorrow sometime just to take it up and see how much better of a roll rate it has. That's the only iffy I have with it, that has a real slow roll rate on the basic plane. It's not super slow, but it's slow. I'll put together a London, England flight plan, not just London. And then I'm going to be looking for input and places to fly that I just would never have thought of flying. Right now the time is 7:55 p.m. I usually fly at 7:30. Oh, cool. Everything okay there? You're back home? You're still flying. You're still airborne. Oh, we could pick a day where... I don't know what... Most everybody else flies in the morning, which is evening your time. I might be able to pull off a... Man, mornings suck for me, though. I'm always busy in the mornings. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Yeah, Zenon, you're easy to find. You're 12 hours. I thought it was flat. Like a disc. Riding on the back of 4 elephants, standing on the back of a giant tortoise named Great Atuan. So you're 14 hours ahead? Yeah. I don't know. I'll try to find something. Make your time flip look smooth. Man, come on, man. You gotta read the Discworld. You know it's round, but flat. Riding on the back of 4 elephants. Which is then riding on the back of a... I have flown over the pole. That confused the hell out of the plane. I've been high enough in that crazy dark star, you can see it's nice and curved. My favorite argument for those flat earthers is just take them to like the Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge, both towers are extremely level. They're plumb. They're perfectly vertical. They're absolutely vertical. How come they're farther apart at the top than they are at the bottom? Because the Earth is freaking round. They are actually farther apart at the top than they are at the base because of the curve of the Earth. For crying out loud, just go to the ocean. Look out. Standing there flat, you see everything just kind of drop away from you. No wonder they were so terrified back in the day to sail off the edge of the world. And of course, every time somebody says the Earth is flat, all I can think is that Bugs Bunny movie, or the Bugs Bunny episode. The Earth is round like a globe, and bang, flat like your head. You just want to do that to them. Bang, flat like your head. So what else is going on in the world today that I've missed? I was running around at doctors, stores. Anything exciting happen? That's not bad. It's like everything I've read today, I still think bad happened. I haven't seen any good news stories today. I don't know. Good news stories today. Nothing. Nothing. Do I own a gun? I won't say publicly I do or don't. How about that? Let's leave it at that. But most people know me, know I shoot competitively, so yeah, I've got at least one. I've been competition shooting since I was 14 years old. Now this is public. I mean, most people know publicly because I do shoot competition. Most people know that I have that. I don't hide that fact. I won't ever say how many guns I have or what kinds I have. It's none of anybody's business. But I do shoot comp. I don't shoot comp as much as I used to or as much as I'd like. But I'm good enough so I don't miss. When's the new, No, it's not fine. Absolutely right. And I have to say, if I was ever there and somebody was doing that, I would kill them quickly. As quickly as I possibly could. I would shoot back. New Minions apparently is raking in absolutely tons of money, and people by the thousands are showing up in Gru suits. I can kill my own dinner, I can skin it, I can cook it, I can can it, I can preserve it. I grew up in the woods. Everything goes to crap, I'm gonna eat. I don't even want to know what the cost for fuel is in this beast right now. I started 75%, so I haven't burned a hell of a lot, but yeah, I wouldn't even want to begin to figure the cost of fuel on this because I know what it is in the race car. I don't know what they're paying for av fuel right now, but the race car fuel is $15 a gallon right now. What's the longitude? Probably run $2,000 to $2,500 an hour to fly. That was one way to find out. Oh, I wasn't even close. The charter cost for a longitude is about $4,500 per hour. That includes paying the crew and everything. Yeah, that's a little bit up there. $4,500 per flight hour is the estimated. Oh, here we go. According to Cessna, or Comparative Planes, the estimated hourly variable rate, obviously with fuel and stuff, of the longitude to operate the plane is about $2,577 an hour. Because you have crew landing, handling fees is $80,000 a year. Your fuel cost is $226,600 per year. Your engine overall cost is $124,400, and your yearly maintenance fee is about $79,400. Oh, I guess I won't be running out and buying one of those right away. I couldn't afford to park it. Dear Lord. That's why I love the sim. I can fly stuff that I'd never be able to fly in real life. That, and if I make a big mistake, I can just hit reset and do it again. I haven't found the reset button for the real world yet. By the way, Rob Dalton, welcome. This is the first time I've seen you around. We're just flying from Oslo, Norway to London. We fly on the USA West server. You're welcome to come along anytime. More the merrier. This was a totally unscheduled flight. I was in a flight before this and somebody wanted to have a flight and I had time, so we jumped in and we're flying. I guess it's not too bad if you figure this is a 1 hour flight. It's an hour and a half flight. It was less than $5 to make this flight. Yeah. You live in a small country and it's got a lot of public transportation, decent trains. I have to drive 40 miles to the grocery store. And that's each way. I have like an 80-mile round trip to the grocery store. Today I did a 50-some mile round trip to the dentist. I have to have a car. I hope things shake out well for you in Taiwan. I really do. Yeah, an hour and a half. I have an 11-year-old Toyota RAV4 30,000. That's like no miles on it. I put that on my summer car a year. My winter car I don't put quite as many miles on because the weather sucks. But I do. No, I take that back. I put about 15 to 20,000 a year on the MX-5. The police stopped you trying to get to your check out what was going on. Tell you don't be nosy, go home. I had a fire in the house. You still have the original tires? Holy crap. Tell you, I put new tires on the MX-5 every year. Even if they don't need it. It sounds silly, but every spring the car gets 4 new tires and 4 new brake pads. It gets brand new brake pads and new tires every year. Yeah, it says I do have a small grocery store in town, but they don't have much. If I want to go to a real store, it's 40 miles. So, like you, we probably have a small. It's just a small little grocery store where you can grab like a pound of hamburger and a box of cereal. But if you want, and you're gonna pay over price for both, because it's a small mom and pop style. Original brakes also. How do you have the original brakes? How do they not rust solid with you driving it so little? Oh my god. No, my car gets new sneakers and new brakes every spring, but you know, just one of those things. I build one of the race teams for it anyways. It's like the least you can do. You want me there every race all year? You pay for this for my car. I guess you never want to move it in case you lost your parking spot. Yeah. Oh, a buddy of mine, sister lives in Hartford, Connecticut. That's not even Boston. In Hartford, Connecticut, and she has to pay $350 a month just to park her car. That's nuts. And Boston's even more. Boston's over $600 a month for a parking spot. You know, we got frozen meat options out there. We have fresh meat options, but if I'm gonna buy overpriced hamburger meats, I go next door. Yeah, luckily that's the one good thing about farm country is just go to your neighbors. They sell pigs, cows, chickens, goats, goat milk. Got a couple of cheese places next door that make their own cheese from the cows and the goats. So, and they do fun stuff. You know, good. They're good neighbors. They're good people. Like the other day, somebody called and wanted a whole bunch of prime rib without the rib bone. I have no idea why they would want that. So she calls me up and say, I know you smoke a lot of stuff on your smoker. Yep. And she goes, you want some rib bones? Like, yeah, how much? She goes, I'll just come get them. So, stuff like that. I had fresh pork belly the other day. Oh my God, is that good? It's not good for you by any means, but oh, it was so good. Sliced about a 1/4 inch thick, like a centimeter thick. And then you deep fry it. So it's just golden brown on the outside, juicy on the inside, and oh yeah, it clogs your arteries right up. There's nothing healthy about it at all. Beef's getting crazy expensive here. And forget, I live too far from the ocean to get reasonably priced seafood. Come on, sky, clear up. It's not gonna. We're gonna land in this mess. I'm gonna try to pull out of a stall through the clouds. That ought to be fun. Yeah, I'm just lucky. I live near an orchard, so I get all kinds of apples, fresh apples. I grow my own grapes. I get 20-25 pounds a year of my own grapes. There's a great big strawberry farm nearby, so when they're in season, I get strawberries fresh, which is right now. I ate a whole quart the other night, not paying attention. When I was flying the other night, I cleaned an entire quart of strawberries, and I'm sitting in the bowl next to me when I was flying. And by the time we got done flying, I looked down, my bowl was empty. I was like, holy Christ, that was a whole quart. Oops. So I get a lot of fresh stuff when it's in season. I like being able to get fresh eggs from a neighbor. And now with the prices skyrocketing, it's getting cheaper to buy it from my neighbor. Is it a real supermarket? What do they have for a real supermarket? Is that like a real fresh market, or is it a where you can go and get, where you got a meat cutter there who'll cut you the piece you want? Or is it just large selections? Okay, you can see land creeping up on us. How far overland do we have to go to London? Oh, ways. You have a lot of livestock down there too, don't you? Like a lot of cows and sheep. I like sheep. To eat, not to pet. What do we got? Estimated time is 26 minutes out. Not bad. We're not gonna... Actually, should probably start TOD soon. 26 minutes out and 35,000 feet at 1,000 feet a minute. Or 31,000 feet. We've actually went past the TOD. Oh, I'm going to let it go past TOD for a bit farther, and then we're going to stall this thing. Try to stall recover with it. The Taiwanese only like Asian stuff, so a little bit of fair coat smoked food, cold food. I love smoked pork chops, smoked ribs, beef and pork both. I like smoked mutton. I'll smoke a whole turkey. Most people quit smoking cold turkey. Not me. I put the whole thing on there. I don't think that's how that works, but that's all right. Oh, we'll get a little closer before we stall this thing. I think when we cross into the land. They're easy to make. Just need an old 55-gallon drum. Just put some racks inside it. And that little vent on the top where you normally fill it up. You unscrew that and you make a little valve that you can close off and open up as you need. Very easy to make. Cutting wheel, a couple hinges. Got a guy here who got a smoker he made on the back of a trailer. Goes around with his trailer, sells the food he smokes, and his is an old oil tank. The big vertical oil tanks for outside people's homes. I don't know if you have those over there, or if you know what I'm talking about. They're oval shaped, and he makes his big smokers out of that. Just got to keep the heat low and the smoke high. Yes, yes I do. I use the regular charcoal, but I put wet wood on it. Wood chips, wet wood chips, because they smoke longer. Some people put their wood chips in a separate tray. I just throw them on. I just sprinkle them on top of the wet ones right on top of the charcoal briquettes. And what's nice is, like I said, there's an orchard nearby. They'll give me all the apple wood I want. And just shave it up, chop it up with a hatchet, with a bunch of chips. Soak it in water for a day before you put it on, just throw it on. I also save the maples that break in my yard. The maple wood works good for smoking as well. And you can also buy mesquite. Most places people sell mesquite and hickory. There's a lot of options. I'm getting anxious now. We're way past TOD. I also don't want to drop too fast because then it'll take forever to get to the airport because it'll be low. I don't worry if it takes a while to recover this. Let's just hope I don't stall the engines. Then it'd be tough to recover. That's better. The range is way too close. I didn't see the line. There we go. That's better. No, don't want that view. That one. How far is London? London's a ways inland. Well, tonight will be a first stall and hopefully recovering a longitude at... Oh yeah, we should have started descending a while back. But I'm going to throw this bird into a stall here in a minute to see if I can recover it. That's why I stayed up a little bit longer. I'm sure I can recover it. I got 30,000 feet to play with. I hope. Famous last words. I'm going to pop the autopilot off and actually try to stall this bird and see what happens. So I'm going to lose a lot of altitude very quickly, so I waited a little bit till we were a bit closer. A great way to figure out your when to start descending is use your time and your elevation. Like if you're at 31,000 feet, you want to start descending about 31 minutes out at 1,000 feet a minute, and that'll put you at 0 on the runway. That's a good offhanded way to figure it out. It's a real easy, simple way to figure out a good descent rate. 1,000 feet a minute is a good descent rate. It's easy to figure. And it matches your time 1 to 1. For every 1,000 feet, 1 minute. And if you do that, you'll find yourself coming out right to the runways, really close. Every time. I'm going to make a mess here in a second. Okay, autopilot, you're going away. You're going off. Out of my way. Autopilot off. Nav off. Altitude off. Engine off. Yeah, you're gonna yell at me landing gear. Landing gear at this altitude? I don't think so. I'm gonna put the flaps out to bleed off some speed though. I'll put them up before I stall. I was just going way too fast. I honestly don't know the stall speed at 31,000 feet. I have a feeling it's really close. It's beeping at me already. Come on. You're going to stall and you know it. There's a stall. I hear you. Come on. Put some flaps out. See if I can't slow it down more. It's not slowing down enough. Even on idle, it's still pushing the bird ahead too fast. Come on, you can stall. Ever seen a bird that doesn't want to stall? I'll put the gear out, you'll stall. Put the gear up and the flaps down, or the gear down and the flaps up. Come on. Yeah, I hear you yelling stall. This thing got a stick pusher by any chance? It's going to push my nose down. Come on. And my aileron all the way out. Or not my aileron, the elevator. Pull up. Come on. You know you want to stall. Don't push my nose over. Come on. Ah, the plane's pushing my nose over. Cut it out. If I dip a wing. Fine, I'll throw you into a stall one way or the other. Ever seen a plane that doesn't want to stall? This thing does not want to stall at all. I can't get the wing to drop. I've got the nose way up. Nose up. Come on. It should stall now. There's no way this thing can fly at 100 knots at this speed. I got no airflow over the wings. There she goes. There it goes. Hee-haw. Alright, come on. Oh, she's not happy with me. And it's not recovering. Come on. Way over speed. Flaps. Flaps, flaps. I peel the wings off. Yeah, I know I killed the passengers. I almost killed myself. Not ready to rip the wings off the airplane. Trying to get it recovered. Woo! Okay, let's get back on target and try to land this bird. It didn't want to stall, but once it did, it didn't want to recover. I lost almost 15,000 feet trying to recover that stall. Yeah, it went way over speed. I scared everybody. How far out are we? 22 minutes? I'm going to set the autopilot back on. Mode. Autopilot. We're going to put the altitude down to 5,000 feet. Now we're going to go down to 5,000 with a vertical speed. Where are you? There, vertical speed of 1,000 feet a minute. And it'll take us right in almost to the airport once we get back on course. Well, that bird didn't want to stall at this altitude. I thought it'd drop out of the sky, but we lost 15,000 feet. Almost a full 15,000 feet in a matter of seconds. That was crazy. Couldn't imagine doing the 777. Oh, it helped if I put the throttle back on. Bird would be a lot happier. Where are you going? Oh, get back on the line. That's where it's going. Why am I going up? Because I set my stupid altimeter at positive. That's why. I'll go down 1,000 feet per minute. Yeah, that thing felt like a brick. It'll definitely have some stress fracture problems when it goes in for its annual. You know what? My heart's actually beating like crazy over that. Silly as that sounds. That got my adrenaline going. I just saw the altimeter spinning one way and the speed going up the other. It's like, uh-oh, uh-oh. This is not going well. Oh, you figured out how to get rid of your Xbox cursor? That's good. Mine comes on every time I turn the Xbox controller on. Thank you! Sorry, yelling in your ear. Dog's barking. Give me a second. Right back. Sorry about that. Dogs found something they didn't like. Oh yeah, when I get in the plane, I'm never telling them I did that. Nope, that never happened, and I'm overspeeding now on it. Jeez. This plane goes overspeed so easy. You know, I can never have a nice flight from beginning to end. I either end up flying down low the last 35, 45 minutes, or I do something silly like this. Can't just fly from point A to point B. Oh, who knows? Could be somebody they don't like. I have a suspicion it's probably a deer or a woodchuck or something like that. Wandered through the yard. So they don't really bark at people very often. Oh, when you're at altitude, you go over speed at quarter throttle at 40,000 feet. That's why I was having trouble having it stall, because the engine and idle were still pushing it forward, and I didn't want to really shut my engines off and have to pull out of a spin and relight the engines. Okay, I'm over land. Says I got 17 minutes to go. Lost a little time doing that. Try to pick the speed up more. This thing's real temperamental about its overspeeds. Lock the legs. Huh. I'll remember that if I ever get stuck on it. That's yelling at overspeed again. Because the overspeed on this gauge is not the same overspeed as in the cockpit. Not even 53% throttle in your overspeed at only 10,000 feet, or 12,000 feet. Granted, I am descending, but still. Okay, I'm catching up slowly but surely. I farted around. The spin cost me a lot. I'm only a couple minutes behind you. What approach am I going to fly? Probably straight in. I don't know. I didn't even look at the runways. I'll look at my wind speed. And I'll look at the runway. Is that even... Is that the name of the airport? EGLL? Is that Heathrow? Must be, because it's downtown London, I think. Yeah, it must be. There's London. I have no idea. I could always let the plane do it, but I don't like to do that either. This is one of the few planes that will put itself right on the runway. That's my... What's the wind look like around here? Oh, bugger. It's like crazy windy. 33 knot crosswind. Oof. This thing's going to be exciting all the way through. You're darn right I'm going to fly it like it's a 172. Especially with a 33 knot crosswind. Ooh, that's going to be a bugger getting down in that. Well, it's going to be exciting if nothing else. It says I'm 13 minutes out. Doing a lot of ILS approaches in the 414. I can't wait. I hope to God somebody does the 441, which is basically the exact same aircraft but with turbos. Turbojet. Turboprop. Oh, I hope they put that one in. Yeah, I've never done the whole planning every last ounce of the flight so that the plane can fly itself. I haven't done that yet. I can probably do it with the TBM because I know that bird can land itself as well. I have a lot of hours in that thing now. Oh, the turbocharged engine, yeah, but not the turboprop. The 441 Conquest. Poor man's business jet, except for the guy that owned it wasn't poor. But the business jets were a bit too big to land at our little airport. So we went with the Conquest instead. See, the wind's not getting any better as we're going lower, is it? Oh yeah, it's going down a little bit. Not much. Maybe when we get below the clouds, it won't be. What? I grew up in a town full of very, very wealthy people. And they all had business jets and private planes, fancy cars. And now I do the same thing, but with race cars. With hang around the rich people with their race cars and their. Yeah, I had somebody ask me one day because I used the term plural. People I know with private jets, and they're like, "You know more than one person." The private jet. I said, "Yeah, I know several." Got to fly in a Learjet, an actual Learjet, back when I was 13, 14. And if you've ever seen the flights where I take off and I go over my old house, it's right off the end of the runway. My grandfather was out back. My grandfather was out back working on his garden, and the pilot of the Learjet goes, "Okay, which one's your house?" I said, "That one right there." And he went down low over it, scared the living bejesus out of my grandfather. He thought the jet was crashing. That was one of the first plane I really fell in love with in the sim was the Long EZ. Oh, yay. The old crop dusters. Ask Icarus about its first flight ever. It was like standing in the hopper on a crop duster. Not even seat belted in. Just standing in the hopper. Of course, that explains a lot. Mall with an E. Like mule? Sorry, my first name's Paul, so I see an M in front of that. I think Paul, Mall. Okay. It's oh, we got to go down lower. I'm not flying entirely. I remember the altitudes on this one is where it is. Let's try 3,000, see if we can't get below it still. We got for temp. We gonna ice up in this stuff? I still have the anti-icing on. Nah, we're good. We're not gonna ice up. Too warm. As a matter of fact, I can probably shut that all off now. Oh, I still have my landing lights on. That's nice. Oh, they're already preset. How far out am I still? Yep, picking up more and more peoples. Nine minutes out, 51 miles. Does a Helion's Bumpstead? I don't even want to know. Guess you got to be from there. Yeah, it's interesting certain places in the world where you have, well, you can see on the thing there's a lot of real planes too. We got a lot of real aircraft. Where are they? Could be one really close to me. I don't see it, but Should be right there somewhere. No, right there. General Aviation. LTFE. Boy, would ATC be going crazy if we're actually that close. We're turning into one dot here. Not often you see a general aviation close enough to see the aircraft. Oh, there he goes. Usually you see their lights blinking away. Oh, that's not my airport. Did the winds cut down at all? I hope. No. 31 knot crosswind. Oh, is this going to be a fun landing? And fog. This was not my plans for tonight. That plane is right back on my butt. He must be lining up to come in at this airport and had to go around because of the crosswinds. No, he turned and went the other way. You're going to be landing in the fog. 30 knot crosswinds in a plane I don't normally fly much of. This will be fun. It's bumpy down here. Where'd he go? It was right here a minute ago. Where'd he go? Lost him. Oh, right behind me. There he is. He's probably on a proper glide slope. I'm down way too low. Yeah, I see him back there. He wants to watch me try to land this thing in this crazy wind too. Still not showing me the runways. I really don't like that doesn't load in the actual airport till you're closer. He's coming right in behind me. Whoa! Now he's gonna go under me. Pull up. Pull up. It's like Jaws creeping out of the fog. Dun 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 dun. Today worked out good to do an extra flight because Mr. Brett Plays is actually working. I don't know where Mr. Frog is today, but I didn't announce this stream either. This was a spur of the moment thing. I don't know, yesterday he had to do some wife stuff. Oh, there he is, hanging in there nice and close now. You know what? I got time. See if I can get this to pop up without losing you. I want to take a screenshot. Just gonna pause. I paused. Darn it. Sorry. Now you're close. Oh no, fog. Yeah, they're cloud. There we go. Come on, clouds. There we go. That's cool. Now I probably better pay attention to actually flying the plane. Where are we? Still 25 miles out. But it's only 4 minutes at this speed. Yeah, and you look like you're in a, what was that, a 747? No, A380. Yep. Yeah, I wish they would get those squared away. There's some skyscrapers over there. Metropolitan Police Air Support Unit. They have their own runway? Oh, yeah, helipad, eh? Yep. God, this wind is nuts. Uzi? Oh, yeah, there's Uzi right there. You see that a lot of the A380s is United Arab Emirates is buying them up like crazy. Galwin, you got it right. The first one, Galwin. It was a misspelling of a character that was in a movie back in the 80s. Of course, back then we couldn't pause and see the credits to see how it was actually spelled. But if you watch the movie Krull, there's a character they call Galwin. That's where I picked it up from. And a computer name ever since, hack name or whatever you want to call it. And the Grim is a play off my, and the Grim part's a play off my real last name. Still don't see the airport. I'm sure that's where a lot of those planes are, over there. Oh, thank you. I just picked it out of that movie and it's stuck ever since for a gaming handle, gamer tag. Look at the turbulence and the wind. It's going to be fun landing. Brother Grimm. Say it's a play on my last name. All through school, everybody called me Grimm because of my last name. So I was called Grimm pretty much my entire life. In school, anyways. Damn, MacDonald's came out with the dude with ate the shakes there called Grimace. Oh yeah, I heard that one part of my life. Once they came out with that, the old name in school became Grimace. Yeah, didn't like that. Grim I could tolerate. Grim's cool. Grimace is stupid. At the airport over there? Where is it? Where are you, airport? I can't find anything doing that. There it is. There it is. Almost time to turn in. Shut the autopilot off and have an absolute handful of a fight on my hands here to keep this bird going where it's got to go. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool way to get a name. Oh, hush. Don't beep at me. Wind is still 26 knot crosswind. Oh, is this going to be fine? Oh, you're at night? I put it to daytime. I wanted to see where I was going. I'm going to take the right-hand strip or the left-hand strip. The left hand looks better, doesn't it? Looks longer. Yeah, I'll stay on the right. What the heck? Well, it's a good thing my kids didn't. I didn't do that with my kids because I called my daughter shithead most of her life. So it's probably a good thing that didn't happen with her. So your name means sweetheart in Hawaiian. That's cool. That really is cool. Is it me or does this airport look like it's not rendered very well? Or maybe it's rendered too well and that's just all the rubber on the things. Alright, how far are we out? We can start putting in speed down, flaps out, gear down so I don't pull another belly up landing like a couple weeks ago. And now all of a sudden this bird's going to get hard to land. .23 knot wind. Going way too fast still. Yeah, I don't happen to remember the stall speed of this bird. It's still way fast, and I don't have the reversers hooked up. So this is going to be a... He's probably going to butter it, and I'm going to bounce all over the place. 500. Oh, too low. Got one red light. A little throttle. Two lights. Throttle. Come on. Pick up, you bird. Anytime you want to pick up. There we go. Not much. Oh, this thing is temperamental today. There we go. I want to be on the edge of stall. I want to butter this high wind. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that one. Whoa! Jet. I am very happy with that landing. Just gonna pull off on the grass here. Star's cool too. See, you had all kinds of... Yeah, you landed all nice and smooth. I landed smooth. Go find a gate here somewhere. Or I'll just park on the grass. I gotta get going. 9 o'clock here and I got stuff I gotta do before bed. That's awesome about your names. And both of them are... Even the star is cool. So you lucked out. I just got one out of the Bible, so... Real old Paul from the Bible. That was your first landing, nice and smooth. Hey, I want to thank you, Echo, for asking me to come along and fly with you. It was a lot of fun. I had enjoyed myself. I want to thank Itana and Brett Pound and everybody else that made it here. We got 8 of you watching, which is awesome. Zenon. Am I missing somebody? I'm sure. And we got Rob Dalton stopped by. I think I got just about everybody else. Got only one Brett because the other one's working. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. It was a lot of fun. It was unplanned. And we still got 8 people to show up and watch. Y'all take care of each other and yourselves. And we will see you in the next one. Tomorrow night, 7:30. We're going to be flying low somewhere. I think China. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate the new subs. Thanks for coming along. And good